It's not the saturated fat that's going to kill you. It's this walking in the rain. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the proper human diet, all things related to the proper human diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today, we're going to continue our discussion about, like I said, we don't want to talk about arguments with friends and family, just discussions over things that they're going to ask you about your diet, because we all have heard that saturated fat is bad for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Very briefly, 18 months ago, I couldn't do this. I couldn't even walk down the street. Now I'm walking down the street every day, even in the rain. So help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and drop down in the comment and say hi, Bob. All these things help get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here as well. It means an awful lot to me that you choose to spend just a few moments of your day with me. But before we get into the saturated fat issue, I do have a couple of things to go over. Just some bills to pay. I know, I don't like promoting products very much. You guys don't like hearing about them. But it is Monday, coming into Thanksgiving, which means Black Friday's on its way. And in some cases, Black Friday is already here. Like with Keto Chow. They have a mystery flavor coming out. I can tell you guys you're going to like this mystery flavor. I'm not allowed to tell you what it is yet, but I've tasted it. It's really good. I'd have to put it on par with the birthday cake Keto Chow. I'm not sure of how it's exactly going to be marketed. I know they're going to announce, I think on the 30th, what the actual name of the flavor is, but I think it's either up now on the website for the Black Friday sales, or it's going to be up. I wish I could be more sure about that, but I can tell you that there is a mystery flavor coming, and they do have some sales going on. If you spend $100, you get $10 in store credit, and that's active right now. If you spend $200, you get a $25 store credit. And if you spend $300, you get a $40 store credit. They've got one of their essentials kit for $19.99, which is 56% off the list price for new customers. And also for new customers, they have their custom starter kit. And let's see here. I think there's and 10% off site-wide. All of those work with, use code Black Friday, all one word, Black Friday, at checkout. So that is coming. It's actually active now by the time you see this. What kind of an idiot goes out and walks in the rain? Oh, yeah, this idiot. At least it's 50 degrees out right now, so it's not super cold. But I did want to just get out here and get a walk in this evening. So I got a lot of stuff to try and get done this week with Thanksgiving coming up. I hope if y'all are traveling for Thanksgiving, you be careful. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and tell me what your Thanksgiving plans are. And on a little bit more business, you know, I do have group memberships down below. I am not a coach. I'm not qualified to be a coach. And I think people that offer coaching that aren't qualified are probably setting themselves up for trouble somewhere down the road. What I do offer is some free videos, some free Zoom calls, and depending on the tier, some small group or private Zoom calls to ask me questions, not as a coach, but just how I would relate my experiences as a retired truck driver to help you relate to your experiences. Perhaps that's helpful. I don't know. If you want to, you can join the channel. If not, that's okay too. I still put out free content every day. If you really want to help the channel out, down in the comments, I have many links. Click on those. I mean, there's some Amazon links and book links and some other stuff like that. Even a link to Dave Mack's ebook. Anything down there that you click on and buy, I get just a tiny little percentage off of, and it doesn't cost you any extra. Okay, that's enough of the business stuff. Let's get on into this saturated fat. You know, we've been told for decades how saturated fat is going to kill us. It's going to clog our arteries, raise our cholesterol, do all sorts of stupid stuff. Well, in the last 20 years, there have been 5 major meta-analyses where they've looked at that. And as we all know, there's a lot of bad studies out there where they'll take just the tiniest little bit of an association and try to claim cause and effect, which you can't do with associated studies. But if there's no association at all, you can be very assured that A is not responsible for B. You know, if there's a tiny little association, there could be some connection between A and B. But if there's no association between A and B, that says it, right? There's no association between A and B. Well, if you look at the 5 major meta-analyses in the last couple of decades, all of them looking for relationship to any disease in relation to saturated fat. Not one of them found even a small relation to any disease process with saturated fat, which tells me there's no association. No association means saturated fat does not clog your arteries. It doesn't make your cholesterol go up. And we're going to cover cholesterol in the future again in more detail. But we're going to go on down to the other corner and back here because I'm not done talking. But very briefly, your liver and the rest of the cells in your body produce 70 to 80% of the total cholesterol in your system. Why would something that your body makes so much of be bad for you? And how would you think eating things that so-called raise your cholesterol, how would you think you could possibly eat enough to make a huge difference when that much of your cholesterol is being made by your body because your body wants it? But anyway, saturated fat. The other little experiment you can do for yourself, because most saturated fats, in fact I think all of them, are solid at room temperature, and then they get liquidy at under heat. Take your bacon grease or tallow or butter or whatever, heat it up to just under 100 degrees, because that's about where the human body is. We're at average body temperature is 98.6 degrees or something like that. So heat it up to about 100 degrees and then pour it through a straw and try to make it stick inside that straw. Not talking about the little bit of film that's going to stick to the plastic as you're pouring it through. See if you can make it clump up in that straw at 100 degrees. Well, of course you can't. So there is no connection between saturated fat and any disease process. And anybody that tries to tell you different doesn't know what they're talking about. It's just that simple. I'll see if I can find some of those meta-analysis and link them down in the description. But you guys are pretty smart. You can find them. That's what I've got for you on this rainy Monday. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.